Good morning. Let me bring the other witches in. It's going to take just a minute. Good morning, cousins. My name is Jen Marie. I am an initiated high priestess and sorceress of chaos, witch born of shadow. I founded an international resource center for neurodivergent witches and wrote The Grimoire of the Ungovernable. This is a daily divination ceremony where we are asking specifically, where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion to our relationship with our life and our practice? Very specific. We're going to give it just a couple of minutes to allow our cousins with a different relationship with time enough space to get here, because again, we do this regularly every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think I said all the things. Whew. Okay, before I get into it. So I'm about to do a ceremony that I do in order to get my system prepared for divination. The way that I do this is uniquely my own. If you are going to participate in this ceremony, I would suggest that you do what you do, something that is meaningful to you, that gets you there, so to speak. If you have any questions at all during this, even if you are watching the recording of this live divination ceremony, please ask the questions. I love answering questions, and so do the witches in my coven. All right. Okay. All right. All right. I think we're ready. I think we're ready to do this. So I'm going to start by taking 3 deep breaths, and then I'm just going to get right into it. Man, coffee is popping this morning. I'm all like, happy Saturday. Now, I actually listened to the recording yesterday on the big red play button. So I used to go live on the Clock app where I have nearly 400,000 followers. The Clock app is not what it used to be. And so I have transitioned over to the big red play button. I can't say the name of it because I am live streaming on multiple platforms right now. Uh, so I transferred over there to kind of like feel it out, see if y'all are into it. If you are and you want me to continue going live on the big red play button, interact with this post in some way so that I know, and so that it does that whole like algorithm magic that happens. All right. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I was watching the playback yesterday and I noticed I was having some mic problems. I tend to project my voice, and that doesn't really go very well when, you know, using mics and things like that. So I like very intentionally pull back a little bit, but I'm not going to do that today so much. And that way I can see if that makes a difference. Spoken like a true chaos witch, right? I'm gonna fuck around and find out, see what happens. All right, 3 deep breaths, then I'm going to do what I do. We're gonna be using tarot cards. You don't have to have a relationship with tarot in order to participate, and you don't have to identify as a witch. You can just watch if you want to watch to see kinda like how it can be done. Lurkers are welcome in my circle. All right, here we go. I humbly invite all that is fire within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is air within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is earth within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is water within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I beckon to this system. May we now align as one. For my cousins are the elements, and so the moon and sun. I call to those who love me. You are welcome in this space. For our nature is united, sharing magic, life, and grace. And now we make a declaration of intention. What are we doing here? Why do we call everyone here? I choose now in this moment to align with my whole self, to pull the book that tells my story from its place upon the shelf. I enter now this circle made of trust and hope and power, and I show up for my practice in this place and at this hour because I am home. See a couple of people in the big red play button app. You are welcome to say hi. I don't think there's any. Oh, look at you, iridescent. Thank you for commenting. Felt like I was all by myself. Okay, again, we're asking, where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion to our relationship with our life and our practice? And my familiar is circling my ankles right now. So Baxter may join us at any moment. Hey, Bax, do you want to come up? Baxter, come here, kitty. Come on. He's like, no, I would rather climb up the back of your chair. It's way more exciting. Where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion to our relationship with our life and our practice? And we're going to bridge one more time. Where does our attention need to be in order to bring the most expansion to our relationship with our life and our practice? Welcome to the circle, Baxter. He's like, well, you can see him. He's right there. Cameras are weird. All right, are we ready for this? I'm going to put the incense out because it's already like threatening to go right up my nose. And I don't know about you, but I cannot concentrate when that's going on. All right. Okay. We drew strength upright. So this is the card that we drew. Here we go. Let's wait for the camera. I'm going to read the prompt that's written directly on this card without influencing your interpretation of what this is trying to communicate to you. So, as I'm reading this, you are going to ask yourself, if my guides were using this card to communicate something, a facet of my relationship with my life, what are they talking about? You're cool under pressure and retain compassion all the while, even if it causes you harm. You're patient and can accomplish great feats with your determination alone. Your strength will be rewarded shortly. And the reverse, because it's about the whole card. And when we do these big collective readings, all right, some of us are going to resonate with one more than the other. And I should probably turn the sound off on my phone. Okay. You need to cool your jets because things are about to get out of control. Keep an eye out for mood swings and avoid stressful situations. You may feel like you're unable to handle most things as you normally would. This can also be a sign of jealousy or that you need to focus on regaining confidence. Baxter, come sit with me. Yes, dear. Okay. So, what comes up for you as I read that? I'm going to let you brew on that for a minute before I go influencing your interpretation. Okay. You ready yet? So, for context, I am a witch that lives in the United States of embarrassment. There's a lot going on right now. And my question to you, what's coming up for me is what is what what does strength look like to you? What is strength? When you imagine a strong person, what do you see? Right? Especially in like stressful situations. In a stressful situation, what does strength look like to you? Right? Now, if you, okay, so most people in our culture, if America has a culture, um, well, America does, but the United States, anyway, when there's an emotional interaction, we think that the strong person is the one that cuts the deepest, the one that has the last word, the one that is able to inflict like a piercing final blow, right? The one that is able to control the situation in some way, right? We see this a lot in media. We see an interaction between like a bully and someone that is like the underdog. And when they're showing showing strength, they are biting back. The underdog is biting back, being more cruel, uh, uh, swinging harder, right? Do you see that as strength? When you see an interaction between two people, and so there's the bully and then the underdog, right? When I see that dynamic, what I see is fighting fire with fire, right? You're just causing more harm, right? Strength is presence, right? It's the ability to uh, show compassion and grace under fire, right? To be able to keep your cool when someone else is freaking the fuck out, right? It's not seeing who can swing the hardest. It's seeing who can neutralize the situation, right? Or who can flip the tables of power, right? Where the bully thinks that they have control and power over the dynamic through their cruelty, but the underdog shows up and sees them for the truth of what's going on and is able to engage with them as such, right? To be able to, and I'm not saying in any way that that it's ideal to allow the bully to be cruel or to allow them and just like be passive about it. That's not what I'm talking about. If you have ever seen an interaction with someone who is able to maintain presence during conflict, it's profound. So, what is your relationship with strength? Right? What is your relationship with strength? All right, now we need to look at what we're in resistance to or in denial of that's blocking our shit, that's influencing our ability to maintain presence within conflict, to be able to. Do you know why? Do you know why it's so important to maintain presence and not to pop off and fight fire with fire? It's because what we're talking about in basic biology, right? When you meet fire with fire, conflict with conflict, you are disabling your ability to think logically because your system is flooded with stress hormones. You get into fight or flight and you have lost. You have lost the battle, right? But when you're able to actually show up for yourself and show up for the situation and maintain that presence and peace, you're able to actually think through what's going on. That's strength. And the ability to hold that presence during conflict like that takes practice. It takes practice. All right. So now we need to look at again what we're in resistance to or in denial of that is blocking our shit. And we have the 10 of Wands upright. This is a card. All right. I'm going to read directly from the card. You're almost there. You may have unconsciously or consciously taken on extra responsibilities, but you know that the blood, sweat, and tears you've put in are about to pay off. Again, this is what you're in resistance to or in denial of. And the reversed is stop taking the weight of the world on your shoulders and learn to delegate a share of the work. You're feeling the beginning stages of burnout, so invest in your mental health. The 10 of Wands may also be telling you that now is a good time to purge, declutter, and simplify your life. And you'll find a benefit from better organization. I have cat hair like right on my nose. Okay, so what does that mean to you? What does that feel like? Okay. Are you ready for me to influence you? This one's really good. All right. We are entering into a time where strength is important, right? Especially the kind of strength that I was just talking about. Strength to be able to hold presence, to be courageous, right? Uh, and like I was talking about before, when you are overstimulated and overwhelmed, your ability to actually engage with your life from a place of strength is compromised significantly, right? And a lot of us tend to take on a lot of responsibilities. We take on a lot. We take the weight of the world on our shoulders. It's our responsibility to do all of the things. This is saying to me that you need to look at you need to take your mental health into consideration. Give yourself grace. Understand that you are in the home stretch of this thing that we're engaging with. We're in the home stretch, right? Now is not the time to take on more responsibilities. Now is the time to either status quo or to start delegating so that when it comes to a time where you're needing to show strength, you can actually do that, right? Prioritize your mental health, your well-being so that when the time comes for you to show strength, that presence and peace, you're able to actually do that. And you being in denial of the fact that you taking on too much is influencing your ability to show up in a way that you're proud of. Come on now. Be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. We're in the home stretch. It's almost done. By summer, we will be celebrating, right? But what we are celebrating is dependent on what you are able to show up for. Does that make sense? You've done a good job. You've made it this far. And I don't want to dismiss how much it took for you to get to where you are. What I want you to do, what this is saying is acknowledge the fact that it's taken a lot for you to get to where you are. You can admit to that, but you need to show up for yourself too in that. You know, it takes a lot out of your system to have endured what you have endured. Right? Find times and space for you to be able to give yourself grace. Again, so that when the time comes for you to show strength, you can actually do that. All right. That was a good one, guys. This is good reading for the day. Everyone is very quiet. Why are you guys so quiet today? What is happening? What is going on? Oh, are we having some technical difficulties? Amy says that they're reminders for the live from the app. We went and created our own app because we saw this coming a few years ago, and the app sends reminders for any of the events that the Unbound are doing, and it looks like we may have some kind of like glitch going on, and it was an hour off, so that's fun. I will point that out to our team. We'll get that fixed. All right. So that's our working for the day. So let's close this out and we will get started or close it out. All right. Okay. And on your heart, take a deep breath. This working is now closing, but the magic has just begun. I humbly thank the elements and both the moon and sun. To all who chose to bless this flow, I now sincerely thank you. May our practice be expansive and our course be clear and true. All right. Okay. I will see you tomorrow at the same time at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.